What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Teen Mum video. This one is a segment that happens in today's episode of Season 8, Episode 2 of Teen Mum UK. Now, of course, for the people that don't know, when it comes to Teen Mum myself in particular, I do react to the full episode with the complete footage, okay? But that is on Patreon, where we can do that and not have to worry about the YouTube guidelines of copyright, amongst other things. So if you want to check out exactly what went down in the full episode, okay, and watch it all, you know where it's at. The link is down below. Yeah. But nonetheless though, let me show you guys something that happened in today's episode that I definitely want to talk about and share with every single one of you. So hey, let's get into it.
Be concentrating more of my time on family, and not just my family, but also Marlia's step family. Just
to give you a little bit of context right here, right now, in case you don't know. So the man here, this waste man, that is Manley, okay? And this is the baby mom to this daughter here. But Mia has a child with Manley, the waste man. Manley, who doesn't even know how to be manly. Can you imagine your parents calling you Manley and there's nothing manly about you? Like, come on. But nonetheless though, at this moment in time, Mia is literally about to explain the fact that her daughter has been spending time, of course, with Manley. Manley's obviously other daughter, which is obviously her sister, and also Manley's other baby mom, who's actually Manley's girlfriend. So let's just bear that in mind, because that's quite crucial to what's going to happen in this little clip here.
She used to stay with Maggie on the weekends, but now Manley's back with Erin. I think she's staying with him and Erin. The situation would be so much easier if me and him could just communicate, and I wouldn't have to get information from our 5-year-old daughter.
So these are the key elements here. Manley doesn't want to communicate with Mia in any kind of way, which is a massive red flag and a massive issue, because obviously, as you can see there, when it comes to their daughter together, their daughter is always going over and spending time with her dad, Manley, but also spending time with the other daughter, which is obviously her sister, and the mum, Erin, which is the one that Manley is now back with, because originally they broke up too, but he's now back with her. And obviously this is leaving a situation where, you know, it appears as if like they're actually living somewhat of a happy family, because they've got a mum, she's got a sister, and she's got a daddy, which therefore puts her in a very sticky situation. Now, of course, these things are going to happen in life, but the biggest problem is that, well, the communication is where it's all just not good. And the communication part is a big factor to what's to come. So bear that in mind, because the fact that he doesn't want to communicate with her, problems.
Sometimes you stay at Grandma's house, and then sometimes you stay at Erin's house, is that right?
Not sometimes, a lot of times. I don't want to go to our house again.
Why?
Because they keep shouting at me.
So let's put this into perspective here. You see, her daughter predominantly used to always be at Nanny's house, and Nanny is Manley's mother, and that is where Manley would go over to spend time with his daughter, as well as obviously taking his daughter to his own place, right? But that is pretty much the drop-off point for Mia, because Manley will not communicate with her. Now, obviously, the daughter has no issues with being around Nanny's house because she gets along with Nanny. But obviously, right here, as you can see, the daughter's now been spending more time around Erin's house. And Erin is obviously the mother of the other child, which is obviously the sister, right? You see what I'm saying? Okay, I hope I'm not confusing you right here. This is why you need to head over to Patreon, so you can watch this bang and it can make a whole lot more sense to you in case you're confused. But the matter of fact is, though, the daughter is now expressing about how she doesn't actually like to go to Daddy's house with Erin there, because when she's there, it seems as if Daddy and Erin are potentially both shouting at her, telling her off. Now, one thing that I will say is that the reaction that Mia gives right here, I'm going to say to you, absolutely golden.
Keep shouting at me, can I read?
Daddy loves you. Daddy won't shout at you if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
I don't want to go there anymore. I've gone there for loads of times.
I like the fact that instead of putting her daughter in the middle by saying, what do you mean they're shouting at you? What's happening? Blah, 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 blah. And trying to instigate it or trying to make it worse. She's like, I'm sure if Daddy's shouting at you, it's clearly for the right reasons. Clearly, it's something that you're not doing correctly, right? So I like the fact that she hasn't tried to, manipulate the situation, because there's so many people that would manipulate the situation. So massive respect to that. But at the same time, though, this is where I say that I hope, maybe in the next episode or whatnot, but this is where I say I hope that she's still going to have a chance to speak to Manny and say, listen, she's saying that you're shouting at her. Can you please let me know why you're shouting at her? So therefore, whatever she's doing wrong with you, I can make sure that I also put in that same thing at my place. But here's the problem though. Manley is not communicating with her. He won't respond to none of her phone calls. I think in fact he's actually got her blocked anyway. So the fact is that it's the thing that makes it even harder is that she's now parenting her child one way and not really having a clue about how he's doing it. she's picking up her daughter. Daughter's now upset, or dad doesn't even want to go and see daddy because daddy's doing this, and Lord knows what Erin's doing and whatnot. Because clearly, if she's in a household with daddy and also the other baby mom as well, we don't know if the other baby mom is also getting involved within this shouting as well. And also, most importantly, we don't know if he's giving both daughters the same energy. You know, is it a case of where he tells one but not the other? I don't know. But also at the same time though, if you've got a kid here, if you've got two kids and both of them are different mums, and you're living with one of their mums, with that sister or whatever, and then you got your kid that doesn't live with but has to come and see you, you don't know what impact that's made on that child. So maybe his daughter is acting out when she is with him, and he's failing to understand that. So therefore he's doing the wrong thing in shouting rather than having a conversation with her. But either way though, the fact that he's got Mia blocked is the biggest red flag of them all, because these two can't even have a conversation about it. They can't even correlate, okay, so what's happening? Because maybe if he was to talk to her and explain why he's having to shower her and why she's misbehaving the way she is, well, then maybe she can say, to be fair, I think it's because of this and that, or I'll talk to her and see what we can come down. Do you know what I mean? But none of that, none of that's happening, because my man over here, Manley, doesn't want to be manly. Some people are just built to be douches.
I think the problem is that you don't want to go to Erin and Daddy. I think it's because you'd rather be with Grandma, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd like being with...
So obviously here she finalized it, but just saying maybe you just want to be with Grandma more. And I'm hoping she's saying that because maybe that's something that she's going to propose to Manley. But again, can she do that? No. And the saddest thing is the only way she can get through to Manley is actually by speaking to Grandma, his mother. Like honestly, the dynamics of the situation is absolutely pathetic. Like why have a child with someone and then decide to block them off just because you don't get along? End of the day, you're in a relationship now with someone else. She's now accepted that, and she's also looking to move on to see if she can find someone. And all she wants to do now is just to be the best co-parents possible. But the fact is, Manley, well, he's too much of a mama's boy. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, though, as far as I'm concerned, obviously the communication has to improve. It needs to be tweaked, and Manley needs to step up. You know, he needs to let bygones be bygones, grow up, be a big person, because the fact that Mia's already been a bigger person anyway is indication that she's ready to just conversate with you without this animosity. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in life, some people are just stuck in their ways, and the saddest thing about that is that even when he does decide to mature and make the right choice, I hope it's not too late. Now, here's the thing, there is the phrase of that, it's never too late, but here's the thing though, when the children are involved, the more trauma you are causing for your child, the sadder it gets for your child. You don't want your child to be feeling a certain type of way. And most importantly, no parent wants to ever feel like their child doesn't want to see them. If only, to be fair, if you saw what happened last week with Mia and Manley as well, it really puts things into a whole lot more of a perspective as well, leading to what's happening in this week. But again, if you haven't seen last week's episode, that is also available on Patreon for you to watch, and that will give you a bigger picture of the story right now with Mia, Manley, and just the whole freaking shebang. You know what I mean? But hey, nonetheless though, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that's a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber. And of course, if you want to become a subscriber, hit that big red button, notification bells on, everyone like the video, and like I said before, the link to join the channel or Patreon down below. But like I said before, no, that's it. Anyway, we are out. Peace.